Yo, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is John. I'm an American that's been living here in China for almost 14 years now. And today we're doing My China Story, episode number 4. So if you haven't seen episode 1, 2, and 3, I highly suggest you check those out first or you might be lost. But today, let's dive into episode 4 and we'll pick up where we left off about right after I got sick and things started to turn around for me here in China. I started to experience a much better life and things, just really good things started happening. After I got sick and got back to normal and things kind of normalized at work, we had like an annual party, like every year, like Chinese New Year time. They have like an annual dinner, the whole company will eat together and things like that. And so at this party, I got to meet some of the other foreign teachers from some of the other locations, because in my school we had 11 locations in Hong Kong and 2 locations in Shenzhen. So I met some of the other teachers there and I actually made really good friends with a couple of the other teachers at the other location in Shenzhen. It was the same city I was working. We were just downtown and they were working in like way out in the middle of nowhere near the Shenzhen airport actually. So I made some good friends with these people and we really hit it off and we kept in touch and made friends. And a few months passed by. Oh, my light went out. Anyway, a few months passed by and then my boss came up to all of us teachers at work and she said, you know, that they need new teachers or more teachers. And if you have any friends or something like that, then to recommend a friend who they can consider hiring for the other location because they need more teachers over there. And so me, I needed money more than I needed anything else because I was just now on my beginning of my journey trying to come up and get some money and this kind of stuff. So I had the bright idea. I told my boss, I said, how about you give me more money and I'll go over there and work? Because nobody wants to go over there because it's in the middle of nowhere. Everybody wants to come here. It's easy to find a teacher here. So just give me more money. I'll go over there and do it for you. And you can easily replace me over here. So she agreed. They agreed to pay me more money. So actually I ended up moving over there to the other school. It's like 5 minutes away. So it's like 5 minutes walk to work every day instead of this long, crazy bus commute. I got more money. And now I'm also working with some people that I've made really good friends with. So everything was getting better slowly. And also over there, I really enjoyed the environment a lot more in that school because it's kind of like smaller school and not so much pressure. All the teachers were just really happy all the time. And it really felt like family. Like it really did feel like family. I feel like I was working with a bunch of my sisters. Just all that worked there is girls other than me and one other guy. And so yeah, I feel like I was working with family. Everybody treated me really nice. I'll put some pictures up here. So we have, played practical jokes on each other and just had lots of fun and just stuff like that at work all the time. You can see like in this picture, my friend has put some stickers on my back. It's the stupid stuff, we just had lots of fun together. Yeah, that kind of thing. What happened is eventually that area of Shenzhen slowly started to get built up more and more and some more foreigners started moving into the area and our small circle of friends started to grow a little bit more. There's me and then Ross, he's a South African guy that I work with, and his girlfriend is also a South African girl. And then there's another guy from South Africa who they were best friends. They came over to China together. So it was us 4 in the small circle. And then another American guy showed up named John. Then another British guy showed up named Roy. So our circle was slowly getting bigger, slowly growing. And then some Chinese friends started coming in too. So we started making friends with lots of Chinese people as well. And our friend circle just started growing. So we started having more and more fun. We were always going out after work every day to eat together and drink beer and have barbecue together, all kind of stuff, like just normal fun stuff that friends do. Every weekend we used to go out to this like street barbecue where they have all these barbecue restaurants lined up like on the street. We used to go there and eat barbecue and drink beer and stuff like every weekend. Which brings me to the circus. I'm gonna call it the circus because this was a really funny time in China. One weekend, me and Ross and the other American guy named John also, we went out to this barbecue place at the weekend. And we always ordered a barbecue and drink some beer. There's this old lady who used to frequently pass by the barbecue place, like selling stuff. Like she would come like in the nighttime, like 12 o'clock, midnight or something like that, and come around selling like, usually she's like selling flowers or stuff. I think she's like a florist or something. But she'd come around selling flowers all the time. And because she's seen us so many times that she knew us so well, because she'd always come talk to us and we were like really friendly with her. Like we started calling her mama and she started calling us like her sons and stuff. So she would always come around and try to sell flowers to people at the barbecue. So we would often like just buy her flowers from her just to like help her out, because she was trying to earn some money for her kids, to send her kids to school or something. So we would often just give her money to buy the flowers, even if we didn't want them. We wouldn't even take the flowers. We would just give her the money to buy it. She was always really funny. She'd always like, we'd buy a flower from her. Instead of just keeping the money and keeping the flowers, she would like go give the flowers to like some random girl at the restaurant. And like, oh, this my son over there. He wants you to like go on a date with him. And she'd like bring the girls over and like try to hook us up with girls and stuff like that. So funny. It's such a nice lady though. Anyway, I got off track. Back to the circus. On this particular night, it was really late. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and me and Ross and John, we went through cases of beer. We had at least 36, 48 beers or something between three of us. We drank a lot, and we were probably pretty drunk. Too drunk, we shouldn't have been out there. But there was these little girls on the sidewalk in front of the restaurants. There were two young girls, probably maybe 10 years old, something like that. And they were doing like this, I guess you would call it a circus act, like trying to earn some money. And there's this one little girl, and she would lay down on her back. And she had this massive ladder, and it's like really heavy, made out of steel. She would lay down on her back and balance this big heavy ladder on her feet, like on her 2 feet, and nothing else. She wouldn't hold it with her hands or nothing, just balancing the ladder on her feet. And the other little girl was climbing up the ladder, but not up. She was like in and out, like a snake, like in and out of all the rungs, like a snake, and climb up to the top. And then she would come back down, like head first, in and out the ladder to the bottom. And these girls were like doing this crazy thing, like it was like really like take some kind of skill or talent to do that. And they were like trying to earn some money. And so like me and my friends were like watching, like, wow, that's crazy how they do that. And I went over there and I gave the girl like 100 RMB. Like they have like a little hat or something on the ground. And I put like 100 RMB in her hat. And then I asked them if they made any money. And she's like, no, we don't make much money. You can see in the hat, just like a couple of RMB. It's not very much money. And they said they was trying to earn some money to do some stuff for school or something. I don't know. So I can't remember that much. I think I drank too much that night. But I remember I told my friends, I told them, how about we help these little girls get some money? Because this is crazy what they're doing. And nobody's paying attention to them. So first of all, the first thing we did, we just tried to draw attention, because everybody, you know, look at foreigners, especially in that area, because there were no foreigners around, just a couple of us. So we, you know, tell people, oh, look over here, give these girls some money. Look at these tricks they're doing, this and that. And people would just kind of, like they didn't seem very interested in it or something. So then came the next bright idea. I told the little girls, I said, okay, we're gonna do the tricks, and y'all are gonna get the people's attention to look at us, and we'll help you get some money. So this was a bad idea, but because I was like the strongest of the people of our group of friends. So I told them I would be the one to lay down on the ground and balance the ladder. So I laid down on the ground, and they put the ladder on my feet for me to balance this big, heavy, crazy ladder, and it's like wobbling back and forth. And I'm like, wow, this thing is really heavy. How are these girls doing this? Well, I couldn't even understand what was going on, but I tried to do it anyway. And then the other two guys, Ross, the South African guy, that dude's like 6'7". He's like 210 pounds or something. He's a big dude. And then the other guy, John, he's about my size. He's like, 175 pounds or something like that, and like 5'8", 5'9". So Ross says, I'm not climbing up that ladder. I'm too damn big. And so John, he's like, I'll do it. I'll climb up it. And so Ross like, what do you want me to do? I said, just stand there and hold the ladder still so it don't wobble back and forth. He's like, okay. So he's holding on to the ladder. And then my friend John, he jumps on the ladder, and then the girls are like yelling at the the people, eating at the restaurant, look at the foreigners do the tricks, whatever, blah, blah. John starts to climb up the ladder. He makes it 4 or 5 steps, and then the ladder is like really, really shaking. I'm balancing it, and the other guy's holding it with one hand, and it's still shaking. This thing is heavy. And my friend John, he gets about 5 steps up, and then he decides, I can't do this, and just falls off. Bam! Flat on his back. And then everybody in the crowd, all the Chinese people in the crowd, like having a barbecue, they all start laughing. You can hear everybody, it's laughing and stuff like that. Next thing you know, a bunch of people get up and they come over and they like start clapping and put some money in the girls' hats and stuff. So anyway, those girls, after we did the trick, he fell down. He's like, I'm not doing that again. So we gave up. But those little girls, they went home with, 400 or 500 RMB that night. And we went home. Well, I went home with my pride still intact. I don't know about the other guy. He got hurt pretty bad. He woke up the next day, his back was like black and blue and purple because he fell down really hard. It was a funny night we had then. Yeah, those were good times back in those days. A lot of good things happened. Had a lot of good friends and almost like family, and they took really good care of me. We're all still friends to this day. 13, 14 years later, we all still talk. Every now and then we still see each other and visit each other, even though we're not in the same city anymore. We meet up, we chit chat. Yeah, so I made some really lifelong friendships living there and working there at that particular place. I'm forever grateful for that. Really just made some friendships that'll last a lifetime. So that was probably one of the best times of my life was those 6 years that I was working at that particular job. It just didn't get bad. It got better and better every year. So that was, a really great period of my life here in China. So if you want to hear more about this story, stay tuned for episode 5. And YouTube says the video up here on the screen is the one you should watch next. So check that one out. Like, subscribe. See y'all on the next one.